The Morning Drive is sponsored by Power Metallic. To find out more about the company, please visit their website at powermetallic.com. Follow the Money Investor Group is a 100% Indigenous-owned company and certified with the Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business.
Max Porterfield.
How's it going? Nice to be here.
Absolutely. We're going to go for a morning drive. I believe you said you're hungry. We're going to, is it Horseshoe Bay?
I'm always hungry.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be great, yeah.
Always hungry for some copper, gold, whatever else you can find.
I like copper, I like gold specifically, yeah.
Well, there's a few developments there with the company. A few new things going on, and I think it'd be great to communicate with your shareholders. Hopefully find you some new shareholders.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Normally I would intro you as the CEO of Callinex Mines, but that would be not the case.
No, not anymore, no.
The new name, why the new name?
Well, new name's been a long time coming. We've had a long-term vision on discovering and developing these high-grade copper gold-rich VMS deposits in these known Canadian mining jurisdictions. So that much is clear, the new name with Visionary Copper and Gold. And then in terms of the ode to Visionary is really, if you look at everybody that's on the team that's joined or has been part of the team, they're really all visionaries, whether it be Nook and Peter Kondos, both doctorates, I should mention as well, being metallurgists that were really envisioned a different future for recovery of precious metals, more times than one. Mike Maslowski, obviously the founder of the company, envisioned the portfolio. Peter Jones and his experience seeing the opportunity to build a major mining company that turned into Hudbay today during his career. And Alan Valls, from a geophysical standpoint, really looking at the data in a different way to make new discoveries. So they're all visionaries to that context, and the word visionary is about really envisioning and the discoveries to come as we make them. And we're very excited about the future as we shift over to Point Leamington, where we're thinking we have a tremendous amount of success with the drill bit very quickly and very cost effectively this year. So that's where visionaries come from.
Quickly and cost effectively are two things investors love, but executives don't always execute on. With the board that you have and the team that you have, why do you think you can execute on that?
Well, in terms of our technical team, we've strengthened it tremendously as we focused in Newfoundland. We've brought on Peter Dimmel, who actually was on the team that discovered the Point Leamington deposit back in 1971 with Noranda. And then we also brought in Dr. Piercy, who's a expert in VMS, economic geologist at that, and they're both out of St. John's. So we've got a team, obviously the focus being on Point Leamington. Point Leamington hasn't had any exploration in over 2 decades. And the last exploration showed potential along strike to the south, where we see that same potential to really carry on in those footsteps. So in terms of cost effectively, we're focusing on near surface, which near surface is much more shallow drilling than delineating something that's deep, as well as the cost to drill in Newfoundland is quite competitive relative to other jurisdictions, not only within Canada, but truly on a global basis. So that's where the drill bit goes a bit further. And again, tons per vertical meter is shallow, what we're targeting in this campaign. And immediate resource growth is obviously the name of the game at Point Leamington, going really beyond the 20 million tons that's currently outlined in the current resource estimate.
Current market cap of the company is around 15 million?
That's correct, yeah.
Today you put out a pretty interesting news release, especially for someone who's Indigenous. I believe you welcomed Margaret onto the team. Can you maybe explain your relationship with her, why you brought her on, and the significance of it?
Well, Margaret's an elder, which is very significant within First Nations community and within Northern Manitoba. Elders, well, across Canada, are very well respected as leaders. They can be elders in multiple ways. And becoming an elder is when you earn a tremendous amount of respect from your peers. And Margaret's really dedicated her life to her community and has always behind the scenes been working in support of exploration and development of mines in its rooted history in northern Manitoba, that her family has had a big legacy and a contribution towards. So, Margaret has previously led ceremonies at the new Britannia Mill and for Hud Bay and Snow Lake, for example. She sits as an elder on the University of the College of the North, and she's been a tremendous mentor to me as well as the rest of the team behind the scenes as we've explored Pine Bay, and look to do the same as we move forward in Newfoundland to work with her, and also additionally with Osawi, which is a subsidiary we've created for our gold properties in Manitoba, which are very, very excited in their own right. And so as we pursue that, we'll be working with different First Nation communities, and she's going to help guide that process with respect to those communities, and also with the respect to the environment. That's a big part of her life, is looking after the next 7 generations. So it's a real honor to work with her as we pursue our objectives to create prosperity in the communities that we explore, and greatly appreciate having her as part of the team as we advance both things for Visionary as well as for Osawi and Manitoba.
What are your thoughts on the market right now? Obviously, you're going to go and raise some money for the hopes and dreams of the company and things that you believe in. Does sound fantastic. Maybe want to give us your thoughts on that?
I think the market's very strong right now. It's got a lot stronger, certainly in the metals space. I think geopolitics around the world are supporting that, and you're seeing a lot more enthusiasm from investor sentiment. And I think from ourselves in particular, the more that we've built traction as we've shifted over to advance Point Leamington, the more positive those conversations have been. So all things considering, I think things are heading in the right direction. And I do think things overall for the sector are going to be dramatically improving much more differently than what we've seen over the past decade, especially for like the exploration business in particular. So that points to metal prices, and I think fundamentals for gold are exceptionally good. And then on the base metals front, there's a lot of things that are supporting copper, and it has held up relatively well. In any kind of concern about the overall macroeconomic growth with these tariffs that have been going on back and forth, and the implications for demand of metals in that context. But you see a lot of statements out of the U.S. administration about being keen to invest in different mining properties. It's something that's certainly newer in a theme, but as that traction builds up, I think investors' sentiment in mining is also going to improve from like a generalist perspective, outside of people that are naturally investing in natural resource companies.
I have 2 last questions, and they're also final thoughts for you. What would you like to say directly to your current shareholders, the people that have been supporting the company for a long time now? And then lastly, what would you say to a potential new investor on an expectation basis on what they can expect over the next 3 to 6 months?
Well, in terms of the current shareholders, obviously a huge debt of gratitude for the support that they've shown as we've transitioned and shifted the company. I think we're moving forward with a really refreshed and revitalized approach with the new branding, new logo, and vision for what we're looking to accomplish and achieve in Newfoundland. And then we're looking to also create value underpinning that, a deep portfolio that we have that hasn't gotten the focus it should with the underlying gold properties, which we're looking to create value in a non-dilutive way in the future for the Visionary shareholders, and so appreciate sticking things through. And we've got an exceptionally bright future as we look ahead to things in Newfoundland. And to those looking at the company for the first time, you're looking at a perfect time as we've transitioned, rebuilt the team with, again, a great group of people that have had a lot of success in their careers, and we're looking to replicate the success that we've had before in other areas in Newfoundland with an exciting property at the perfect time in the base and precious metals cycle. And to that end, we have a tight cap structure, less than 20 million shares outstanding, and again, exciting things ahead with the drill bit in 2025 and beyond. In terms of what we're looking to focus on growth is have a substantial resource growth at Point Leamington beyond the 20 million tons, as we look to double the strike extent at Point Leamington to 1.2 kilometers that's supported by different geophysics, as well as outline some additional copper mineralization that sits in close proximity to the known resource that we think can have a positive impact on the resource and future economics of the property.
Well, I get a lot of executives in here and that I talk to, and everybody's got their story, they've got their pitch. This is where I'd like to end it today. How many shares do you have, and what percentage of the company do you own?
How many shares do I have personally?
Yeah.
I have over 1 million shares, and I own just shy of 6% of the company.
Thanks for the morning drive today.
Thanks so much for having me.